Okay, boys and girls, here we go with Unit 4, Lesson 3. This problem is asking us to simplify the expression. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for like terms. Remember, we went over that just a few minutes ago. And like terms would have the same variable or no variable. Okay, so here's what we have. We have negative 2.4f, and that's going to go together with 0.7f. Can you see that right there? Okay, and then we have the other ones, which would be negative 16 and negative 8. Those go together. So now all we have to do is combine those. Here we go. We're going to take negative 2.4 and 0.7, and we're going to subtract them, right, because they're different signs. So 14 minus 7 is 7. We had to borrow from the 2, and now that's a 1. A 1 minus 0 is 1. So negative 1.7. And then we're going to take negative 16 and negative 8. They're both negative. We're going to add them together for 24, and the sign has to be negative because they're both negative. And so we rewrite our answer as negative 1.7. Remember, those were the terms with f, and then minus 24. So this answer goes right there. Okay, here's another problem asking us the same thing, to simplify the expression. So let's look for our like terms. Well, we have one right here, negative 5.1n, and we have another one right here, negative 2n. See, they both go together because they have the same variable, n. And we also have positive 6, I'm doing a different color, and positive 3.3. Can you see that? So let's work on adding these together. So we're going to have negative 5.1. We're going to ignore the variable for a while. And negative 2.0. We're going to add them together because they're the same sign. So that's 1, that's 7. And the answer has to be negative. That's 7.1. And then we're going to take 6, which is positive, and 3.3. So we'll make the 6 into 0.0. That's a 0. And that's 3, and that's 9. Okay, so we'll rewrite our answer as, now which one of these numbers, 7.1 or 9.3, goes with n? It was 7.1, and it's negative. So negative 7.1n plus, the 9.3 is positive, so it's plus 9.3. So this answer goes right there. Moving on, we have another problem, and it looks complicated, but honestly, it is not. Let's look for our like terms, okay? You can see that we have negative 4/5 j and negative 2/5 j. And then our other terms are 17, that's a different color, negative 3, I'm not sure what I just did. Okay, looks like we got it back to normal zoom. We have negative 3 right there, and positive. You can see that plus sign goes with the 5. So there. Now let's work on adding these up or subtracting them as we need to. So we have negative, let me erase this. We have negative 4/5, and then also negative 2/5. So let's add them together. They're both the same sign, negative, and so that's going to equal, just add straight across because they have the same denominator, right? Negative 6/5. And that's going to be j, right? Okay. So then let's take our other terms, which I'll change to blue because it'll probably make more sense. We have 17 minus 3 plus 5. Let's just do that in our head. 17 minus 3 is 14, plus 5 is 19. So now let's rewrite our answer all together. We would put negative 6/5j plus, because it's positive, 19. And this answer would go right there. Okay, are you getting the hang of this? It's really not too hard. We're doing the same thing now, except that instead of writing the answer down, we're just choosing the expression A, B, C, or D in the answers that matches our answer. So we're going to start the same way. Here's 3/5 x. Here's negative 2/5 x. And then we have negative 2 and negative 7. So let's add and subtract all that together in the proper way, and we will know what our answer is. So first, I'm going to start with 3/5x, and then we're going to subtract the 2/5, right? Well, 3 minus 2 is 1. We leave the denominator, and that's our x term, right? 1/5 x. Now let's do negative 2 minus 7 plus negative 7, so they're both negative. Add them together, that's 9, but they're negative, so the answer has to be negative. And now we're ready to rewrite the answer as 1/5 x minus 9. Okay, now which one of these answer choices is the correct one? It looks like D is our choice right there. Hang on. It looks like D is our choice. 1/5 x minus 9. Okay, on to question 5. Again, the same direction. Simplify the expression. So let's look for our like terms. That would be, hang on, I've got to change the size of my pen back down to the smaller size. Here we go. 8h. And are there any other terms that have h in them? Yes, right here. Include the sign, negative 3.1h. Okay, now let's take a second color and we'll look for our D terms. There's negative 7.9D and positive 5D. And then we have one last term. Let's make it a different color even, like purple. And that's negative 17. Can you see that? Okay, so let's rewrite let's go through our addition. We're going to have 8h, so we're going to have 8. But then we're going to take away 3.1, and when you do that, either by hand or with the calculator, you get 4.9, and that's our h term, so it's going to be h. Okay, now changing color here for blue, we're going to add negative 7.9 plus 5, which means we're going to subtract 5 from 7.9, and we're going to get 2.9, but 7.9 is bigger, so the answer has to be negative also, negative 2.9. Make a dot right there. And that's our D term, right? So I'm going to put a D right there. And then we finally have, in purple, we have negative 17. So let's rewrite all of that in our answer. Everything on the right-hand side, 4.9h minus 2.9d minus 17. So let's write it down together. Here we go. 4.9h minus 2.9d minus 17. There's our answer. There's no more like terms. If there were, we'd have to add them together. And that answer goes right there. Okay, you guys are doing great. Here we go. We're going to continue now. We are going to, again, simplify the expression. So we're going to look for all of our like terms. And it looks like we have negative 3y. I just went over the 5 a little bit. Let me try that again. We have negative 3y and negative 7y, but you can tell me what that is right off the bat. And then we change color here, and we have 5 and 5.5, positive, right? So let's do the blue one first, because that's my color of my pen right now. 5 plus 5.5 makes 10.5. Let's go back to red, and we'll do this one. Negative 3 minus 7. They're both negative, so add them up. That's 10, but they're both negative, so the answer is negative 10. That's our y term. Don't forget y goes with that term. Okay, so we have negative 10y and plus, because it's positive, 10.5. That's it. That answer goes in the answer place. Good job, boys and girls. Let's do another one. Let's look for all of our like terms. We got lots of z terms here. We have 5/9 z, we have negative 6/9 z, and we have negative 7/9 z. And then our other like terms are positive 2 in blue and negative 7. Okay, so here, let's do the blue ones. We have 2 positive, take away 7 negative. That's subtraction. 7 minus 2 is 5. And since the 7 is bigger, we're going to make the answer negative, negative 5. Now let's do the red ones, a little bit harder. It looks hard, but actually it's pretty easy. We're going to take 5 over 9. Hang on one second. We're going to take 5 over 9. We're going to subtract 6 over 9. And then we're going to subtract 7 over 9. Okay, so let's go through this. All the denominators are 9, so no problem. 5 take away 6 is negative 1, and negative 1 minus 7, since they're both negative, you add them, and that's negative 8 over 9. And don't forget, that's our z term. So our final answer is negative 8 over 9 z minus 5. That's what we have left, no like terms, and so we can put our answer right in there. Boys and girls, I am going to skip this problem. I'm not going to show you this one. It's very much like the last one. I want you to pause the video here and try this on your own. Okay, what did you get? Because here's the answer. It's negative 8 over 9z minus 5. That's the only difference. The last one was, oh, it's the same exact problem. Hang on. That's weird. If anyone can explain if I'm missing something, did I not see something? It looks like the same exact problem to me. Okay, let's move on. Okay, explain whether 14t minus 3t is equivalent to or equal to 3t minus 14t. So they're switching the order of the terms. Are they going to be equal? Well, no. The expression 14t minus 3t is not equivalent to 3t minus 14t because the negative sign belongs to the term negative 3t. So those are the answers that you put in place right there. Okay, and then this part for t equals 2, 14t, which means times 2, minus 3t, which means times 2, equals, 14 times 2 is 28, and 3 times 2 is 6, so that equals 22. So that answer goes there. But then 3t, which means times 2, minus 14t, which means times 2, equals 6. Take away 28, which is negative 22. And that answer goes right there. Okay, boys and girls, here's one more I want you to try on your own. Pause the video and see if you can get the right answer on this problem. Okay, and the right answer looks like it is this one, and this one. Those are all the same thing. That's just the order of the terms are different. You'll notice that 3.5z is negative in every one, 5y is positive in every one, and 9 is negative in every one. There you go. That wraps up the lesson, boys and girls. Good luck on your assignment.